These buses may not look special, but they are at the center of an important moment in the war between Russia and Ukraine. Weeks of negotiations between both sides of the 3-month conflict, as well as the United Nations and the Red Cross, finally saw these women, children, and elderly people evacuated from the catacomb of tunnels beneath the Azovstal steelworks. Ukrainian troops are still holed up there, and President Volodymyr Zelensky has vowed to rescue them, but there's little trust left between Kiev and Moscow.
My thanks to the teams of the International Red Cross and the Organization of the United Nations, which helped us conduct the first stage of the evacuation mission in Azovstal. More than 300 people were saved, women and children. In fact, we took civilians out of Azovstal.
There are still thousands of civilians left in Mariupol. They also want to leave the city after barely surviving the Russian onslaught. Pavel is a father of 8.
We were surviving all of this time. For 2 weeks, we have been living in a basement. Then Russians came and helped us leave. They evacuated us. 8 children were sitting in a basement for 2 weeks without water, bread, nothing.
Pavel hopes to travel to Ukrainian-held territory. There, he'll become like millions of other Ukrainians who will have to rely on the kindness of strangers.
Afterwards, we are going to Zaporizhia, and next, we don't know. We will see if somebody will help us. I don't know.
Temporary ceasefires and humanitarian corridors made these evacuations possible. It's a story that could play out in other cities across Ukraine if Russian President Vladimir Putin decides to push on to new cities across the south. But so far, the battle lines have not moved much since Russia retreated from the outskirts of the capital, Kiev. The Kremlin said it would focus its forces in the east. And despite Russia's withdrawal, life hasn't returned to normal in those areas. 72-year-old Zinaida Baranchuk lost the house she had lived in for 4 decades to Russian bombardment. She's now living in a caravan with no electricity.
Maybe our government will think about it and help us after all. I'm still hoping. They have already given me a trailer to live in, so maybe they can lend a place to live in the winter. Otherwise, I can't depend on myself here. I want to live peacefully until the end, not running away. I want my own house, my corner.
With bitterness growing with every death the fighting brings, there's little hope she'll get her wish that soon. Wilson Dizard, TRT World.